Yes, hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Yes, we will be going straight to Libya, where the situation concerning the Super Eagles is not what we all expected, and they've been treated badly since they arrived that country yesterday. 12 hours they've been at that airport. They were left stranded. They were not allowed to leave the airport. There no vehicle to pick them to their airport. And the initial venue for that game was at Brima, the second city in Libya, but it was later changed to Benghazi. Now, a whole lot is going on with the Super Eagles, and the situation, like I said, is not what the Super Eagles should be facing at this point in time. A lot is going on, and good news that the NFF has actually made a statement concerning this particular incident as the Super Eagles to boycott game after harsh treatment from Libya. If we can have that statement on the screen, I'll quickly read it out from that is from the NFF communication department. It says Super Eagles still at Al Barak Airport 12 hours after landing in Libya. Now, the delegation of Nigeria to Tuesday's 2025 AFCON qualifier against Libya still remain at the Al Barak Airport 12 hours after landing in Libya. The chartered aircraft was strangely and in a dangerous manner diverted to the small airport away from Benghazi, just as the pilot was complementing his approach to the Benghazi airport. We understand the Al Barak International Airport is only used for Hajj operations. Fatigued players and officials have remained non-paused as the host Libyan Football Federation failed to send any reception team or even vehicles to take the delegation members from the airport to their hotel, said to be 3 hours away from Benghazi. That's the venue of the game. Now, the NFF made arrangements for separate vehicles for the team, but the plans was unhinged by the diversion of the aircraft. So the NFF has their own plan before getting to the country. Players have resolved not to play the match any longer as NFF officials are making plans to fly the team back home. That is the first statement from the NFF communication department. And now the second statement reads, the NFF was ready to book hotel rooms for players and officials close to the said airport, but we were told by all hotels approached that they have been instructed not to welcome Nigerians. Our aircraft crew went searching for hotel rooms, but we are told the same thing. The captain was offered a hotel room because he's a North African, but he turned it down and opted to return with the rest of the crew to the airport and slept in the aircraft. So that is the situation as we speak from Libya, and we are trying to at least connect communication with the NFF communication department. If we can get them, definitely we'll be hearing from Libya what the situation looks like. But we have a video. Let's quickly just look at this video of that situation since they arrived at the airport since yesterday. We have that video clip of how the players were left stranded and some images from that particular incident. we can see what the Super Eagles are going through right there at the Barak airport, where they have been left stranded. And definitely, as we speak, the NFF coming in from the glass house also, they've contacted CAF, the authorities of the Confederation of African Football, of the incident. And definitely, if all goes as planned, we might be having the Super Eagles players back to the country. With all of this, I think this is an ugly situation, an ugly incident that is not good for African football. You can't, this is not the first time Nigerian players will be facing such harsh treatment from the North Africans. They are fond of doing this. Even whenever Nigerian club sides go to this country, this same Libya, I remember when Enugu Rangers, when they went for, when they actually, not Enugu Rangers, I beg your pardon, Plateau United, during the CAF Champions League, when they went to that country, the same treatment, they were treated harshly and badly. They were about using the stadium for their own rehearsal, for training, and the floodlight of the stadium was switched off for hours. Players had to use their phone lights and what have you. They had to find their way out of the stadium. So these are not the kind of treatment we want to be seeing. Football, sports in general, is a unifying factor, and football is a sport that brings people together. When you treat players, when you treat people like this, what kind of image, what kind of picture are you trying to paint? What kind of story do you want to tell to people out there? African football has gone past this particular stage. We shouldn't be witnessing such incident with our own football. Right now, football, like I said, is a friendly game. It's a game that accommodates people, and we shouldn't be having such incident that the Super Eagles player are going through right now. And for the Libyans, when they came to Nigeria, they also complained, but NFF came out and actually gave a clear picture of that particular incident, and the captain accused Nigeria of not giving them the best of treatment, and NFF gave a clear picture of that. They were scheduled to land in Uyo, the venue, the city where the match was going to be played. But for the Libyan Federation, they opted to land in Port Harcourt, and before they informed NFF about their decision, they were already airborne and almost getting to Port Harcourt. They were now informing the NFF, and NFF had to make other alternative arrangement, and they left by road from Port Harcourt to Uyo, and NFF had to arrange for security buses. But the same Libya team had to organize their own buses that took them there. But despite that, NFF still provided security for them that brought them all the way, took them all the way from the airport in Port Harcourt down to Uyo. So I see no reason why they should in turn do the same thing, because we've seen what happened here, and it's according to NFF statement. I believe the Libyan caused that because they were scheduled to land in Uyo. Nobody actually scheduled their flight to land in Port Harcourt. So for what the Super Eagles are going through right now, it is not the best of treatment, and the players are also speaking in one voice. They are not ready to play that game anymore. If they can face such a harsh treatment, what will happen when they get to that stadium when they are playing? So they will be definitely they will be playing against the fans, and you know, you saw the antics what they actually did at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on Friday. They wanted to get a draw. They were wasting all of the time in the world, and immediately Nigeria scored that goal. They actually came out to play, and when the center referee blew the final whistle, you saw how the players, the coaches, they swamp around the referee, they rushed the referee, and they ran to the referee, and they were asking questions. Why did the referee end the game after 4 minutes extra time? The extra 4 minutes was actually added to that game, and it was exactly 4 minutes the central referee actually ended that game. So it is not the best of treatment for the Super Eagles Well, let's see what happens at the end of the day. CAF needs to make a statement, and also FIFA need to really at least come into this, and North Africans are found with these kind of antics. Psychologically, they defeat you off the pitch psychologically, and when you get to the pitch, you find yourself wanting, after being if they have defeated you psychologically, they take you to the pitch and do the same thing on the pitch. And that is why most of the times we continue to blame a Nigerian club sides or some club sides from West African countries that visit the North African countries for matches that the North African countries are doing well when it comes to football. These, despite they have the facilities, despite they have a very good plan for football, but some of these antics is still what we are still asking questions that are still found with the North Africans. I don't know if Michael Idoko is ready to join up on the show this morning. Let's have him so that we look at this and on the stories. All right, we're still expecting Michael Idoko to join us. Let's look at the next story, still on AFCON, where Burkina Faso, the 2025 AFCON, they became the first country to actually qualify for the next AFCON in Morocco. That is the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, after they defeated Burundi 2-0 yesterday. And now they stopped that group, and they already have their two legs. They already qualify for, with a game to spare, they already qualify for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. Former Chelsea player Bertrand Traoré was on score sheet in that game, did so well for Burkina Faso, getting them that win to join us to become the first African country to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. So congratulations to Burkina Faso. If Nigeria, maybe I don't know if Nigeria, that game is scheduled for tomorrow. If Nigeria maybe tomorrow, definitely if that game had come up, we don't know yet until CAF make a statement. But what it is that the Super Eagles player are not ready to play that game. So until CAF makes a statement towards that effect, and if it happens that Nigeria later play that game and they get the win, they will become the second African country to join, or maybe they might just become the second African country to join Burkina Faso for the AFCON 2025. So congratulations to Burkina Faso for getting at least for becoming the first country to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations that will happen in Morocco. So it's a good one for them, and let's see what happens in Libya. But we actually condemn that in all totality. The treatment of players and what have you is not a welcome one for the Super Eagles. All right, we will leave AFCON, and we'll still come back to AFCON, though we'll look at the fixtures later on. But let's look at this story. Let's go straight to Dominican Republic. Yes, for the Flamingos, they have arrived the venue. We know that hostilities will kick off on the 16th. For the Flamingos, they are already in the country where this particular Under-17 Women's World Cup will take place. Now, the coach of the side, that is Bankole Olowokere, is upbeat as Flamingos lands venue. Yes, for the Flamingos, they came third. They've qualified for every edition of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, that is Nigeria Flamingos, since it started in 2008, since FIFA actually started this competition in 2008, and Nigeria have bowed out in quarterfinals in all of the edition, if not for the last edition where they got to the where they surpassed the quarterfinal bet. They broke that jinx and they got to the semi-final and they won the third place against the United States of America after penalty shootout. So the Flamingos are looking to get this one better again, this time around in Dominican Republic, where they are looking forward to at least maybe win the competition this time around, becoming the first African country to win the Under-17 Women's World Cup. So we are looking forward to that particular competition. It kicks off on Wednesday, and Nigeria's first game is against New Zealand in that particular competition. They are in the same group with New Zealand, Ecuador, and the host country, that's Dominican Republic. For Coach Bankole Oluokere, I think he has assembled some of the best legs in the under 17 women's team. So let's see what they will do this time around. First game against New Zealand, and probably they just have to take it from there. And he said they need to qualify from the group first before they start looking forward to see if they can win the tournament for the first time. They actually had a 2 weeks training, and then during the training they played a friendly game against Mexico. That is Mexico, another country that qualifies for the World Cup. It was 1-1, Faridat getting the goal in that particular game. The game ended 1-1 apiece during that friendly, and they actually played a couple of other friendlies, indoor friendlies, with some club sides, and let's see how ready they are. Their first game will tell us how ready and how far they can go in the competition. All right, let's leave that. Before we go to the NPFL, let's quickly have those highlights of those NPFL game we saw from the beginning of the show. those were some highlights of NPFL games. Though the NPFL this season has been very interesting. There's been interesting one. Match day 6. We saw matches played across all of the venue in match day 6 of the new season, and one team is happy as we speak right now. Their first time in life in the elite division, and they didn't start the season well. Is this a sign of good things to come for them in the new as in life in the NPFL, because this is the first time that we're playing in the Nigerian Premier Football League. That's the elite division, the top league in Nigeria. All right, the story is Ikorodu City record first win in the league. They trashed Bendel Insurance at the Unicon Stadium in match day 6 3-0 to record their first win in the Nigerian Premier Football League, which is actually a good one for the Ikorodu team. This is the first community team in the Nigerian Premier Football League. It's not owned by an individual or owned by Lagos State government. It's just a community team, and organized, put together by Ikorodu community in Lagos, and they recorded their first win of the Nigerian Premier Football League at the expense of Bendel Insurance, when they defeated Bendel Insurance at the Unicon Stadium 3-0 in match day 6 in the course of the weekend. So it was a very good one for them, and we are happy that they are having, at least they just have what it is to at least stay back in the Nigerian Premier Football League. All right, let's quickly look at the results of match day 6 in the Nigerian Premier Football League, the full results, and we will look at the table and we'll look at what that means, what that win meant for Ikorodu City. So let's have the full result for match day 6. All right, we have Abia Warriors who defeated Kwara United. That game was scheduled to be played on Saturday, but it was moved to Sunday. Abia Warriors defeated Kwara United 1-0 in that game, and for Bayelsa United it was 1-0 against Plateau United. Academy Warriors and Heartland FC played a goalless draw. And then for Aqua United against Kano Pillars, yes, I think the Uyo fans were happy to see Ahmed Musa in Kano Pillars color, and after that game he was mobbed by the crowd, and he has to just find a way to escape from the stadium. It was 2-0 against Kano Pillars, and for Katsina United against Rivers United, it was a goalless affair. And then Niger Tornadoes and Lobby Stars shared the spoils, 1-1 draw, and then Rainbow Stars beat Nasarawa United 3-0 at their own stadium in Ikene, Ogun State. Shooting Stars of Ibadan and Enyimba ended on a goalless draw, and then Ikorodu City, like you heard, beat Bendel Insurance 3-0 match day 6, and Sunshine Stars of Akure pipped defending champions, last season winners Enugu Rangers 1-0. So these are the results for match day 6. Let's look at the table and let's see how the teams are shaping up after match day 6. Rainbow Stars went back to the top of the table with 15 points after 6 games with 8 goal difference, and Rivers United coming second right now with 14 points with 6 goal difference. Enyimba is third with 13 points and 5 goal difference. We have Sunshine Stars of Akure with 10 points and 2 goal difference. Enugu Rangers is 5th, having lost their own game. Now they are 5th position with 10 points. And then we have Niger Tornadoes on the 6th position with 9 points and 0 goal difference. Plateau United is on the 7th position with 8 points. Katsina United is on the 8th position with 8 points, and Abia Warriors is on the 9th with 8 points, and Academy Warriors occupies the first half of the table with 7 points. Let's go to the flip side of the table, the second side of the Nigerian Premier Football League. we have Kano Pillars leading the charge from that the second side of the Nigerian Premier Football League with 7 points and -1 goal difference. Shooting Stars of Ibadan is 12 with 6 points. Nasarawa United is 13 with 6 points and -3 goal difference. We have Bendel Insurance on the 14th position with 6 points, and Bayelsa United is on the 15th position with 6 points. Aqua United is 16 with 5 points. Kwara United 17 with 5 points. Heartland FC with 5 points. Lobby Stars with 5 points, and Ikorodu City, despite that win, they now have 4 points after just recording having 1 point since the start of the league. Now they now have 4 points after that win against Bendel Insurance. So it's been an interesting weekend in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Most especially, I think Ikorodu City will be happy to get their first win of the season and their first win in the Nigerian Premier Football League. So they now have 4 points after that win against Bendel Insurance. All right, let's leave it is the FIFA it is the FIFA week where national assignment is ongoing, but despite that, some leagues are up and running. Let's now look at the AFCON games that will be coming up today. We have AFCON fixtures for today, just 2 games. There are other fixtures that will be coming up later on tonight, but these games will be played in the afternoon. So we have Gambia against Madagascar, and then Kenya will battle Cameroon later on this afternoon. So these 2 games will be played this afternoon in the AFCON qualifiers. That is for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Yesterday it was Burkina Faso who defeated their counterparts Burundi 2-0, and they are the first team to make it to the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. All right, let's look at let's leave the AFCON qualifiers and look at the UEFA Nations League. The UEFA Nations League is also going. We have results of games that were played last night in the UEFA Nations League. In Group 1, we have Liechtenstein and Gibraltar playing a goalless draw, and then we have in Group 2, Finland lost to England 3-1 after England lost their other game to Greece. They bounced back from that defeat to defeat Finland 3-1. Malta pipped Moldova 1-0. Greece 2-0 against Republic of Ireland. And in Group 3, we have Kazakhstan lost at home to Slovenia 1-0. And Austria hammered Norway. I think for Erling Haaland, he couldn't rescue his team right now. They suffered 5-1 in the hands of Austria in that game. And then in Group 4, we have Armenia who lost to North Macedonia 2-0, and Faroe Islands and Latvia played a 1-1 draw. We are still expecting communications from the NFF department, who is in Libya, to reach us. If he's actually ready, we'll be getting him before the end of the show. So that's for the UEFA Nations League. It's been a good one, and for countries at least getting a win. And someone said that UEFA actually organized the UEFA Nations League for European teams not to engage themselves in friendlies with other countries, and I just laughed. But in a way, it's a good idea that the UEFA had to put up to use the FIFA free week, as in the FIFA window, to organize these particular competitions where all of the European teams will be involved, as in will engage themselves in this particular competition. So it's a good one for those games. And for the 3 Lions of England, I think now they are going to heave a sigh of relief after they lost. And a lot, when it concerns the English team, a lot of pundits would definitely have some issues with the national team at some point. But it's a good one that they bounce back from that defeat against Finland. 3-1 it is, and we'll look forward to that. All right, let's look at this particular story. It's a good news for one Super Eagles player. Yes, we are all looking forward to see him win the African Footballer of the Year. No other person than Ademola Lookman, who is doing so well for Atlanta, for club and country, and for his exploit in the month of September. He has been named. He scooped the award for Best Player of the Month for Atlanta Bergamo in Italian Serie A. For Ademola Lookman in their Champions League game against Arsenal, we saw what he did. That's why that game ended on a draw note. And then for their other second game in the Champions League, he got a goal and got an assist in that particular game, which it's actually a good one for Ademola Lookman. So he scoops the Atlanta Player of the Month award for September. Congratulations to Ademola Lookman. Definitely, like I said, we are all looking forward to see him win the player of the year. That is the African Best Player of the Year. That is the CAF one that is coming up. And we also know that he has been nominated for the Ballon d'Or award. So a lot is, I think good things are going on right now for Ademola Lookman, who we are looking forward, like I said, we are looking forward to him winning the African Footballer of the Year. So congratulations to Ademola Lookman, and we're looking forward to him getting all of the accolades. At least actually he deserves it as we speak. And for him, congratulations, and we look forward to that. All right, let's move on from that particular story. Let's take this particular one. Let's leave football a bit and look at tennis. Yes, one man who we know is a champion and he loves winning, but this time around he couldn't do that at the Shanghai Masters. We are talking about tennis, where Novak Djokovic was beaten by Yannick Sinner to win the Shanghai Masters, putting a dent to Djokovic getting that record, winning his 100th career title. But this time around, for Yannick Sinner, he said no. He defeated the world number one with 7-6, 7-4, 6-3 on Sunday to win the Shanghai Masters. Yes, he actually took a crucial break in the fourth game of the second set to defeat the Serb in a time of 1 hour 37 minutes and deny him a 100th career title. So we congratulations to Yannick Sinner for actually putting up a very good fight to win the Shanghai Masters title, where he denied Novak Djokovic of winning his 100th career title. All right, let's leave that story and look at some transfers quickly on the show. We'll look at these two. Arsenal hope defender, that is William Saliba, to stay back at the club. That is for William Saliba. He has been fantastic, very good for Arsenal. He has been fantastic for Arsenal defense since last season, and at some point when they lost the title, last season, they said it was due to Saliba's injury that made them lose the title. So let's see if definitely he's going to stay back, because Real Madrid is on his tail right now, and definitely, you know, when Real Madrid comes calling, a lot of players want to play for the Galacticos, and we are looking forward. I believe Arsenal fans will not want Saliba to leave the Emirates Stadium. So for William Saliba, I think he's a fantastic player for Arsenal. He has been at the heart of Arsenal defense, doing all he can to see that Arsenal do well since last season and at the beginning of this season. Though he has lost his place to the likes of Gabriel, that is the Gabriel from Brazil. All right, let's leave that and look at this one. This guy is one of the hottest prospects in England and then arguably in Europe. That is for Calvert-Lewin, where Juventus eyed Everton forward Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Let's see if he definitely is going to leave the English Premier League and go back and then join Juventus in the Italian Serie A. We're still trying to establish communications with the NPFL communication department, one of in Libya, but it's not going through yet. I fear that is where we'll be leaving it on the show, but we will not just leave like that. We'll leave you with those highlights of the Nigerian Premier Football League games.